Sarah worked at the local library. She loved books, of course, but she also loved the quiet. One day, she noticed a man kept coming in. He'd browse the shelves, sometimes pull out a book, but never check anything out. He had kind eyes and a gentle smile, and Sarah found herself watching him more than she should. She didn't expect to develop a small crush, let alone for him to notice her. One afternoon, she saw him leave. Something made her curious. It wasn't a plan, just a sudden impulse. She finished shelving the returned books, told her coworker she was grabbing coffee, and walked outside. He was walking down the street, not in a hurry. Sarah hesitated, then started following him, keeping a good distance. She told herself it was just to see where he went. Maybe he was going to her favorite cafe. He turned down a street she didn't recognize. It was lined with small shops, a bakery, a tailor, places she'd never explored. He stopped in front of a small flower shop, the kind with overflowing window boxes. Sarah ducked behind a bus stop, peeking out to watch. He went inside. A few minutes later, he came out carrying a small bouquet of lilies. Sarah's heart skipped a beat. Lilies were her favorite. Was this a coincidence? She continued to follow him, more cautiously now, a strange mix of excitement and nervousness bubbling inside her. He walked towards the park, found a bench under a large oak tree, and sat down. Sarah hid behind the tree, carefully watching. He pulled out his phone and typed something. Then he looked around, as if expecting someone. Sarah took a deep breath. This was getting strange. She was about to turn around and go back to the library when she saw a young woman approach him. They talked for a few minutes, and then he handed her the bouquet of lilies. The woman smiled, kissed him on the cheek, and walked away. Sarah's heart sank. Of course, he had a girlfriend. Why would she even think otherwise? She felt foolish for following him, for letting her imagination run wild. She quietly walked back to the library, feeling a little sad and a lot embarrassed. The next day, the man came into the library again. He browsed for a while, then approached Sarah's desk. "Excuse me," he said, his voice gentle. "I saw you yesterday, following me." Sarah's face turned red. She wanted to disappear. I can explain," she stammered. He chuckled softly. "I know. The lilies were for my sister. It was her birthday. I noticed you admiring them in the shop window. I was actually hoping you might be the person following me. I've seen you at the library, and I wanted to find a way to introduce myself." Sarah was stunned. You did?" He smiled. "Yes. Would you like to have coffee with me sometime? Maybe we can talk about books." Sarah smiled back, relieved and happy. "I would love that. But what about the woman he kissed? Was it really his sister or someone else? Why would she kiss him on the cheek? And other questions such as these are some additional problems that left unresolved in the research and left undiscovered in the video. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe for more amazing videos.